I'd like to introduce to you another hilarious person from my end of the nation. And he's a good friend of mine and a good friend of, should be to all of you. I hope you all listen. South motherfucking Philly Paul.
Hello, interwebians. This is, well, you know who this is. Today, via Skype technology, all the way from Salt Lake City, is a man who actually does need an introduction. He's a man who is a wrestler. He is also the overlord of Dr. Voltaire's Comic Emporium.
Paul, don't you mean Dr. Comic Connection?
Dude, first of all, don't interrupt me. Second of all, does it really matter? Does it really matter?
I mean, if you're gonna pimp the store, I'd like him to know the name of the actual store.
All right, well, they heard it. Okay. Moving on. And finally, just one of my many, many pod crafting minions, Mr. Maya. Welcome.
Well, thanks for having me in, Paul.
Your pleasure.
I'm a big fan.
I'm sure you are. All right, let's get right to it. Now, Mr. Maya.
Yes.
Since I've been departed from Salt Lake City for, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks now, how is everyone there coping with their crushing feelings of loss in my absence?
Coping?
Yes.
I guess everyone's okay. I mean, we really miss, Eric and Mike and Hope, but other than that, I think everything's fine.
Yeah, I know. Everybody loves Eric, Hope, and Mike. I love them too, but this doesn't really have anything to do with them at the moment.
Crushing feelings of loss.
Yes.
I wouldn't really say we're crushed. I mean, we had an all right time. But life's just going on as normal here in Salt Lake.
Okay.
Wouldn't say really anyone's crushed about it.
Well, I disagree. Okay, so has the erection of my monument been completed yet? Because as you know, Mr. Maya, I do deserve a monumental erection in Salt Lake City.
Monument? Like?
Yes.
Well, you're expecting us to build you a monument? You were here for 2 days, 3 days.
I don't know where you were during those 2 or 3 days. I don't know what you observed. But I deserve some reverence here, okay?
Okay, Paul.
Yes.
Sure, you deserve some sort of recognition, but a monument? Really? Don't you think that's going a little too far?
No, not at all.
I mean, wouldn't...
Yes? Go ahead.
Yeah, Wouldn't you think that, if they're going to build something for your erection, wouldn't a lawn gnome or a lawn jockey or something like that be more appropriate?
Well, I mean, if you're serious, that is quite the insult, to be honest.
I'm just trying to keep it realistic here, Paul. I mean, come on.
And so am I. And evidently, your sense of reality is I don't know, tainted.
That's just a matter of opinion, Paul.
Yes, and mine's is correct, and yours isn't. For some reason, this question, it means a lot to me, so I would appreciate it if you answer it very seriously, okay?
Okay.
How many candles do you have in your shrine for me? Also, are there more or less than the Mike's shrine?
Candles in your shrine?
Yes.
Yeah, Paul, I don't have a shrine for you, man. The Mike, the best shrine I have for him is a couple of lightsabers put up. But
okay.
Shrine for you? I don't.
See, I understand
No.
you might not want to admit to it. It's a little embarrassing. So, we'll just skip over this. But you don't even have to say anymore. I understand. It's okay. I understand. It's just embarrassing for you. But
No, it's not.
It's not. No. Yeah, it's embarrassing for you. I understand. All right, let's not dwell on it. I won't dwell on it anymore. I know where your heart is. Okay.
All right. Whatever, dude.
For this next question, I don't expect an exact answer, just like a guesstimate, okay? I don't expect like a spreadsheet or anything. But in your opinion, how many women in Salt Lake City are currently conceiving children just so they have the opportunity to name them after me?
To name them after you.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure, I'm fairly certain that there are women out there having children, and they're naming them Paul.
Right.
But any connection between you and them is purely coincidental. Really, Paul.
Yeah. We keep going down this road, and you keep, I don't know, roadblocking me. You're like a big fucking road bump. I expected a lot more cooperation with this interview, and it's not what I'm getting.
Well, these kinds of questions, Paul, what'd you expect?
They're just questions.
Yeah,
and you are answering them incorrectly.
Oh, so you wanted me to answer them a certain way?
The correct way. Yes, the correct way.
Oh, the correct way. There's only one correct way. All right.
And
Whatever,
you're not
just
doing
go on,
it,
Paul.
And you're not doing it. Can I count on your unwavering support if I ever decide in the future to campaign for Emperor of Salt Lake?
Emperor?
Yes, Emperor of Salt Lake.
Emperor of Salt Lake. Paul, I don't really Emperor. I don't think that's an official position.
Yes,
but,
currently it's not, but we're talking about me. Okay, we're talking about me.
Yeah. If we're talking about you, maybe court jester, Salt Lake City, maybe not Emperor.
See, now you're just being a smartass. Okay, you're being a smartass, and maybe that flies where you are, but you got to realize who you're talking to. Okay. Do you realize who you're talking to?
You're South Philly Paul.
Correct. That's the first fucking correct things that you said.
That entertains people.
Yes.
And
immensely entertains people.
Yes, and court jesters, on the other hand, also immensely entertain people. I don't think I'm out of line here, Paul.
Are you on like some kind of medication right now, like for allergies or anything?
No,
No,
I'm not.
nothing to cloud your judgment.
No, I'm drinking a Pepsi right now, but
Oh well, the caffeine. See, caffeine fucks up people in different ways, you know.
oh, does it?
Yeah. I think it might be. I think it might be altering your correct response.
All right, Paul. You think that?
It's a fact. It's just a fact.
Sure, why not? Let's go with that. Yeah, it's a fact.
Okay. So, Mr. Maya, this next question requires you to put the following 3 items in order of significance to you. Do you understand?
All right.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand, Paul.
Would you like me to explain that again?
I understand. Let's see what you got here.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'm just trying to compensate for the altitude that you reside in. But since you think you have it, I will continue. Okay.
Okay. Let's continue.
Number 1 is the meaning of life. Number 2 is the South Philly Podcast. And finally, number 3 is Dr. Vomit's Comic Asylum.
Well, Dr. Vomit's Comic Asylum. Do you mean Dr. Volt's Comic Connection?
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure, Paul. I work there. That's the name of the place.
Look, I mean, we got a little bit of time if you want to go out and look at the sign.
I'm telling you, man, it's Dr. Volt's Comic Connection.
You know,
not Dr. Vomit.
I just think it's odd that you don't know your employer's name. But all right. Anyway, just do you have the 3 items? Do you understand what I said?
Yeah.
Do you remember what I said?
You asked me to put the three items in order of what I think is most important, right?
Yes. Correct.
All right. So it's the meaning of life, the South Philly Podcast, and Dr. Volt's Comic Connection, right?
Sure.
All right.
Go ahead.
Well, first, obviously, Dr. Volt's is number 1 in my heart. It's my second home, really. I mean, come on. I love, hanging out at the store. I love comics. I love everything about it.
Except the name. You have no idea where you work.
No, I'm pretty sure I got it, Paul. But
I'm
moving
sorry.
on.
Go ahead. Whatever. Go ahead.
You have something to say? Oh, okay.
No, I'm exhausted from what I was trying to get across to you. Go ahead.
I'd have to say next, I'd probably put the meaning of life. I mean, it's pretty important, Paul. I mean, why are we here? It's kind of a big thing.
Okay.
And I guess if it has to be one of my choices, I'd guess South Philly Podcast is going to be my third option.
Really? Your third option?
Yeah, my third option it's going to be the South Philly Podcast.
I'm just wondering, I'm just trying to understand what's going on here. I just think maybe your spandex is too tight when you wrestle, or I don't know. I mean, it's very confusing to me now. Maybe you made too many visits to Astronaut Jesus, or I don't know.
What, Astronaut Jesus?
Yes.
Oh, you mean the statue at the temple?
Yes, Buzz Almighty, right.
Who? What? Okay, Buzz. All right, I got you. I think.
Okay, I'm glad you do. You got something. Good. I don't understand. How
I'm in
I
the
could
right
be
frame
number
of
3.
mind.
How could I be number 3?
How could you be number 3?
Yes.
Well, with those 3 options, that's, kind of gave me no other choice.
I think you have to do some soul searching, my friend. Okay? And I'm serious now. Look
All right.
inside of Jeremiah's soul and find out what the correct response should be. You don't have to give
I'll
it to
do
me
some
now. You don't have to give it to me now. I will give you maybe 2 more days. And after 2 more days, text me, write me an email, tweet me, Facebook, or whatever, with the correct response.
All right. It'll probably be the same. Maybe in those 2 days you'd want to do some fact checking and realize that you were wrong in calling Dr. Volts Dr. Vomit.
Look, you're bringing that up again like it matters. It does not matter. I'm talking about the 3 most significant things to you. Okay? The 3 most significant things in your life, and you're putting me at number 3. Can you comprehend how ridiculous that is? As you are well aware, Mr. Maya, Mr. Jeff Futzer had the honor of having me rest my weary comedic genius head at his residence. Okay? Now, the question I have for you is, well, actually, there's a couple questions I have for you pertaining to this. Number 1, has the South Philly Paul Wing Tour begun at his residence? And number 2, is the golden placard above my bed 6 by 6 feet per my instructions?
No, Paul, listen.
Yes.
I'm gonna be brutally honest with you here.
I wish you would.
I'm pretty sure that your ego is paying no attention to what I'm saying. But here it is.
Go ahead.
There's no tour at Futzer's.
If you say so.
There's no placard above the bed you slept in.
Okay.
And, as far as I'm concerned, there's no Mr. Maya left in this interview, all right? So go fuck yourself. I'm out.
Well, obviously, our Mr. Maya is under some sort of mind-altering duress and was clearly unable to conduct himself appropriately for this interview. Due to the unfortunate nature of how our conversing unfolded, I regret informing those of you who are anxiously listening that I am seriously reconsidering nicknaming my man pieces Salt Lick City. And you can thank Mr. Maya for that. All right, dude, I'm getting too upset about this. I think I may have actually elevated my blood pressure over bullshit, over a fake argument. Has the tour begun for the South Philly Pole Wing, where I slept? Let me try that again.
Okay. Has
the tour begun in the South Philly Pole Wing of his home? The fuck? Now you're getting a glimpse of the torture I go through trying to do an episode. Mike just texted me. I guess he's listening to my new episode. And
The porno one.
Yeah,
which, dude, I finally did that on Monday. Oh my God, I had to pull over one time. I don't remember what it was, but I had to pull over one time because I was afraid I was going to crash. I was laughing so hard.
Oh, okay. All right. Good. All right.
No, not.
No, yeah, Mike was quoting the show, and I love when people do that when they quote the show, like they recite a line back to me. I love that. It's great. So when I said when a guy reaches his Mount hell yeah moment, Mount I can't even think of the line, but it's Saint Mount yeah moment, something like that. So it was something. It was funny when I did it originally. But Mike's funny. He saves the show for the ride down to Eric's.
Oh, is he driving down right now, or
he's driving down right now. Yeah, Mount Saint Hell Yeah moment. That's it. Okay.
That's
That's what he wrote. Okay, good.